Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Gargi Raut. And Delhi likely to get a mayor today after 3 failed attempts at the elections. Let's go across to Vedant for more on what's happening. Vedant, so finally today, the election for the mayor expected to take place that after the Supreme Court gave the go-ahead. Also, the deputy mayor elections as well as the 6 members of the standing committee.
That's right, Gargi. So councillors, in fact, have gathered here in the MCD house. And what's also interesting is that we spoke to both the mayoral candidates, and what seems to be the fact is that the BJP, as a candidate claimed, that the BJP is in touch with the Aam Aadmi Party councillors. So now remember, Gargi, the elections to the post of mayor, deputy mayor and 6 members of the standing committee, these elections are a secret ballot. So essentially what that means is councillors are free to cross-vote. So does that politically mean that the BJP will be able to trump the Aam Aadmi Party in these elections despite the Aam Aadmi Party's MCD victory back in December? That is a big question now. Because remember, the Supreme Court has already ruled that aldermen or the LG's nominated members will not be allowed to vote as far as these elections are concerned. So that matter, in a sense, is not the story now. The interesting part now is that despite the Aam Aadmi Party's victory, there might be a BJP mayor. Because as we spoke to the BJP candidate, she said that the Aam Aadmi Party councillors have conveyed to the BJP that they are, in a sense, fed up of the Aam Aadmi Party's politics. So they can vote for a candidate of their choice. So despite the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party has a clear majority as far as the MCD house is concerned, will Delhi have a BJP mayor? Because remember, this is also likely to have larger implications, larger political implications. So these elections and its verdict is not just limited to Delhi, but of course its larger political implications are something that we need to watch out for. So here the councillors have gathered. It remains to be seen whether it's going to be a smooth process, smooth election, or whether there will be some ruckus as in the past 3 attempts as well. So of course the oath-taking ceremony will also be taking place again, because now, the elected councillors are likely to take oath before the nominated ones. So it remains to be seen what happened, but it's going to be an interesting election, particularly because of the fact that it's a secret ballot, and that makes it a prestige battle for the Aam Aadmi Party and Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Gargi.
All right, Vedant, so we'll continue to track those developments as the elections are expected to take place today in a short while from now. But let's just listen in to what the AAP candidate for mayor had to tell Vedant earlier.
So after 3 failed attempts, the Delhi mayor elections is will finally take place today. I'm joined by Shelly, Oberoi, the Aam Aadmi Party's mayor candidate. So of course a big victory for you in the top court. The top court has directed that the aldermen won't be allowed to vote. What are you anticipating? Will it be a smooth sail today without ruckus in the house?
See, thrice there was ruckus in the house, and thrice the mayor elections was postponed because the presiding officer was running the house as per the instructions given by the BJP as well as the LG. But now the Supreme Court has given its verdict that nominated councillors won't be having the voting rights in the house, and as well as all the 3 elections won't be conducted simultaneously. And now first the mayor elections will be held, and subsequent elections will be conducted by the mayor as the presiding officer. So now we are hoping that the house will run in a very smooth way. And
another question here would be that, the BJP has constantly tried to say that the Aam Aadmi Party is not sure of its councillors, and given that it's a secret ballot, do you think there would be any sort of cross-voting as far as the elections are concerned?
See, Delhi people has given us the mandate, so I don't think we have any kind of, we are not having the confidence in our councillors. We are very much confident, and surely if everything will run as per the constitution, as per the DMC Act today, smoothly the elections are going to held. But we are hoping that again the BJP councillors won't be creating any ruckus in the house, and house won't be descended due to that chaos.
Right.
So we are hoping that everything will be going well.
Right. My last question, so you're pretty confident that you will get 134 plus votes as far as the mayoral elections are concerned?
Yes, we are very much confident, and today if everything will go well, today the mayor, the deputy mayor as well as the chairman of the standing committee would be from the Aam Aadmi Party itself.
Thanks very much, Shelly, and good luck to you. So of course, after 3 failed attempts, elections. Finally, Delhi is likely to get a mayor today. Remember, it's been 2 months since the MCD elections, and still Delhi is without a mayor. In New Delhi with camera person Sushil Rathi, Vedant for NDTV. 3 failed attempts, a heightened political tussle and a Supreme Court verdict. Hopefully Delhi will have a mayor today. I'm joined by Rekha Gupta, the BJP's mayoral candidate. Ma'am, अब 2 चीज़ें, एक तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के वर्डिक्ट के बाद ऑल्डरमैन जो हैं उनका वोटिंग तो साफ हो गया कि अब वो वोट नहीं कर सकते, और दूसरी चीज़ ये कि नंबर्स आम आदमी पार्टी के फेवर में 134 काउंसलर्स उनके हैं, फिर भी क्या अभी भी बीजेपी अपने उस स्टैंड पर है कि मेयरल इलेक्शंस अभी भी ओपन हाउस हैं? क्या अभी भी आप उस स्टैंड पर अपना बरकरार रखेंगे?
डेफिनेटली जो मेयर का इलेक्शन होता है वो इनडायरेक्ट इलेक्शन होता है जिसमें काउंसलर्स ने वोट देना है, और मैं पर्सनली भी जितने मेरी काउंसलर से, आम आदमी पार्टी के काउंसलर से बात हुई है, उन सबको अपनी पार्टी की एक पॉलिसी बहुत ही ख़राब लगती है कि उनके जो मुखिया हैं माननीय केजरीवाल जी, वो जब देश के प्रधानमंत्री को गाली देते हैं, वो जब राज्य के उपराज्यपाल को गाली देके राजनीति करते हैं, वो किसी को भी पसंद नहीं है। क्योंकि आज पूरे देश को मालूम है, पूरी दिल्ली को मालूम है, हर राजनेता जानता है कि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने दिल्ली के लिए क्या नहीं किया है। कोविड जैसी महामारी में उन्होंने दिल्ली के सर्वाइवल के लिए क्या चीज़ नहीं दी है, फ्री वैक्सीनेशन से लेकर राशन तक।
बॉटम लाइन ये है कि जैसा आपने कहा कि आपकी कई आम आदमी पार्टी के पार्षदों से भी बातचीत है, तो बॉटम लाइन ये है कि कहीं ना कहीं क्या क्रॉस वोटिंग की मदद से अब बीजेपी अपना मेयर अभी भी,
देखिए, इसे क्रॉस वोटिंग कहना गलत होगा। अपने मत का अधिकार का प्रयोग करते हुए व्यक्ति को जिसे उचित लगता है कि मुझे इसे वोट देना चाहिए, क्योंकि दिल्ली किसके हाथ में देनी है, नगर निगम कौन चला सकता है, ये निर्णय का अधिकार तो पार्षदों को देना पड़ेगा ना।
तो क्या अभी भी आज के इलेक्शन में भी क्या अभी भी पॉसिबिलिटी है कि दिल्ली में गेट अ बीजेपी मेयर डिस्पाइट द आम आदमी पार्टी एमसीडी विक्ट्री?
जो है वो जनप्रतिनिधि हैं, सेंसिबल हैं, वो समझ सकते हैं उनके वार्ड के लिए, दिल्ली के लिए क्या बेहतर निर्णय है। मैं ये निर्णय काउंसलरों पे छोड़ती हूँ और निर्णय होने के बाद सबको पता चलेगा।
Right, so that was the BJP's mayoral candidate. She is of course sending out a bit of a cryptic message, saying that she is in touch with the Aam Aadmi Party's councillors. Remains to be seen whether there's actually a surprise element in today's elections, and will there be a BJP mayor despite the Aam Aadmi Party's MCD victory. In New Delhi with camera person Sushil Rathi, Vedant for NDTV.
Now, the same day as the mayor elections, the Union Home Ministry has given a go-ahead to the CBI to launch a probe against Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia in an alleged case of snooping on rival parties. This is something NDTV had reported earlier as well, but now it has come out officially. The central agency is already investigating the Aam Aadmi Party leader in the Delhi liquor policy case, and it had summoned Mr. Sisodia for questioning last Sunday, but he sought more time, saying he also holds the finance portfolio. He later told the media that he feared that the CBI would arrest him and that would derail the budget preparations. He's been summoned again on Sunday. Now, in the latest case, the CBI has sought permission to register an FIR against Sisodia, who heads the Vigilance Department of Delhi government. It is alleged that a feedback unit, which was set up by the AAP government in 2015, under the Vigilance Department, was used to spy on ministries, opposition parties, entities, as well as individuals. And in fact, Sisodia tweeted on this, saying making false cases against your rival is a sign of weak and cowardly person. As the Aam Aadmi Party grows, expect more cases to be filed against us.
देखिए, अपने प्रतिद्वंदियों को झूठों केस में फंसाना जो है, ये हारे हुए और डरे हुए लोगों का काम होता है। अब जैसे जैसे आम आदमी पार्टी आगे बढ़ेगी, इस तरीके के और केस जो है, झूठे केस हम पे लगाए जाएंगे। ये केस बिल्कुल झूठा है। मुझे लगता है कि ये सिर्फ आम आदमी पार्टी और मनीष जी के पीछे पड़े हुए हैं। देखिए, जासूसी पेगासस से केंद्र सरकार ने कैसे कराई, ये सारा देश जानता है।
देखिए, हमारा तो पहले से मानना है कि फीडबैक यूनिट के तहत अरविंद केजरीवाल और मनीष सिसोदिया ये जासूसी कांड में लिप्त हैं। गैरकानूनी काम इन्होंने किया है और ये बहुत ही गंभीर विषय है, और मैं मुकदमा चलाए जाने की जो अनुमति दी गई है उसका स्वागत करता हूं, और सीबीआई से मांग करता हूं कि तुरंत मनीष सिसोदिया को गिरफ्तार करें और इस कांड की तह तक जाएं। और ये केस कोई साधारण करप्शन का केस नहीं है। दिल्ली देश की राजधानी है। जिस तरह का इन्होंने जासूसी कांड किया है, ये राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा का मामला है।
Well, let's go back to Vedant for more on that. And Vedant, now this was an ongoing case, and we reported about it earlier that the CBI was going to be investigating. But today, on the same day as the mayor elections, this news coming out, openly that the go-ahead has been given for this probe, and this even as the CBI is already investigating Manish Sisodia and the liquor scam.
That's right, Gargi. So as we reported earlier as well, the CBI's report had claimed that this particular feedback unit of the Delhi government had, in a sense, was formed to gather political intelligence against opposition leaders, and funds that were earmarked as secret service expenditure were used in the formation of this particular feedback unit. That's what the CBI report had alleged. Now, after coming out with that report, the CBI also had sought approval from the competent authority, which in this case was the Lieutenant Governor, to register an FIR against Manish Sisodia and also start an investigation into this particular case. Now, the Lieutenant Governor had referred the matter to the Home Ministry. So now today, the Home Ministry has given its nod to the CBI to not just register an FIR against Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, but also open an investigation as far as this case is concerned. Now, CBI sources had told my colleague Arvind Gunasekar back on the 9th of February, when this story actually broke, that CBI has the permission to register an FIR. Now, this, once the CBI actually files an FIR, would be the second FIR, the second CBI FIR against Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. So, of course, the fact is that there are larger political implications of this as well, given the fact that Arvind Kejriwal is looking to make inroads in other election-bound states, and here the centre and, of course, the agencies making it difficult for the Aam Aadmi Party to wriggle out of corruption charges. Gargi.
All right, thanks so much, Vedant, for joining us with those details. News now from Uttar Pradesh, and a popular Bhojpuri singer, Neha Singh Rathore, has been served a notice by the UP police for a song that taunted the Yogi Adityanath government for its eviction drive in the state's Kanpur, which led to the deaths of a mother and a daughter. The song UP Mein Kya Ba, it was another version of that song that prompted the UP police to show up at her door, alleging it has created a situation of disharmony and tension in the society. In fact, several opposition leaders have hit out over this, and Manish Sisodia himself, facing investigation, has hit out, saying when the popular singer Neha asked fearless questions to Pa through her folk songs, government sent a notice to her house in the hands of the police. Is the BJP so scared of the voice of a folk singer? Akhilesh Yadav tweeted, what is in UP? Numerous false cases in UP. Poor farmers are helpless. SC/STs oppressed. Industry is in doldrums. Corruption exists. No work, only optics. We are waiting for the next election. BJP will be out of UP in the next election. That was his response. Let's just listen into what Neha Singh Rathore also had to say.
उस कांड पे मैंने एक गीत लिखा यूपी में काबा सीजन 2 करके। उस गीत से कानपुर देहात पुलिस जो है काफ़ी जो है वो आ गई मेरे घर पे एक नोटिस लेकर के। सबसे पहले अंबेडकर नगर जहाँ पे मेरा ससुराल है वहाँ मेरे ससुर जी को थमा दिया। वहाँ से बात नहीं बनी तो पूरी जीप भर के दिल्ली पहुँचाए। कल रात 8 बजे फिर से मुझे नोटिस दे दिया कि रिसीव करो। अब झूठ बोल के हिमांशु को फ़ोन करके, मेरे हस्बैंड को फ़ोन करके कि मैं यूपीएससी स्टूडेंट बोल रही हूँ, मुझे आपसे कुछ गाइडेंस लेनी है। इस तरह से जैसे क्रिमिनल को नहीं पकड़ने के लिए इस तरह से जाल बिछाया जाता है, उस तरह से किया। फिर बाद में कहते नहीं हम कानपुर देहात से बोल रहे हैं, आप आइए और रिसीव करिए। तो इस तरह का आडंबर फैला करके वो नोटिस भेजा।
Well, let's go across to Alok now for more. Alok, so this song that she had sung, UP Mein Kya Ba, had become very popular during the UP elections, and now she sang another version inspired by that horrific case in which a mother and a daughter were charged during a demolition drive, and now a notice being served to her. Opposition also hitting out over this.
Well, yes, you are right. So Neha Singh Rathore, as you and I know, and our viewers also know, is a very popular, fairly popular folk singer based out of Uttar Pradesh. She rose to prominence after, like you said, that song UP Mein Kaaba, and since then she's sung many variations of it. So her latest variation of that song was on the Kanpur Dehat incident. Kanpur Dehat is a rural district right next to the Kanpur city. And if you remember, a while ago there was an incident there where two women died after being charred in a hut during a government demolition drive in their area. It was very contentious. It caused an uproar. A murder case was filed against government officials. So she sang a version of her song, and put it on Twitter. Now the police says that someone complained. Don't say who the someone is, but they say that someone complained to them or gave a written complaint about how this song would lead to the breakdown of law and order in the area. Which is when they have issued, after which they have issued a CRPC 160 notice to Neha Singh Rathod. A CRPC 160 notice is basically a formality in the sense that the police, if someone complains, say I complain against you to the police, so the police will issue you a notice and ask you about the allegation, what your role in it is, etc. Nevertheless, the opposition says that, this is something that again hits out at the freedom of expression, and that if a folk singer is singing about something or putting something on a personal Facebook page, how does that lead to a breakdown of law and order? A similar question has also been raised by Neha Rathod, the folk singer. At the moment, she has 3 days to reply to the notice, and the police haven't told us what they will do once they receive the reply, etc. But this is under the CRPC, so she's not been charged under a criminal case or some such. But nevertheless, the fact that somebody can get a notice can be issued against someone only because she chose to sing a song about a current event in itself is something that does raise questions.
All right. Thanks so much, Alok, for joining us with those details. With that, time for us to slip into a short break. More news coming up on the other side. The interview by the Foreign Minister, Jaishankar, to ANI. Will get you those details.
Legacy is often seen as a burden of expectations. It comes with its own set of challenges. The challenge to take it forward, challenge to reimagine, challenge to be in the present, and also challenge to think about the future.
What accountability are you talking about?
As long as the core values and principles remain uncompromised. Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 22 years old, but it is young at 22.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
So let us begin the big fight.
Gadget 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs.
Gadget 360, Gadget Love.
Gadget 360, Gadget Love.
You too can get some Gadget Love with buying guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadget 360.
When a glimmer of hope gave way to a new global threat, we were there. As our soldiers squared off against a hostile neighbor for yet another freezing winter, we were there. When brutality overwhelmed justice and a mockery was made of the rule of law, we were there. When the death of our first Chief of Defence Staff united our nation, we were there. Hope, justice, the truth. Left, right and centre with me, Vishnu Shom, Monday to Thursday, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
Legacy is often seen as a burden of expectations. It comes with its own set of challenges. The challenge to take it forward, challenge to reimagine, challenge to be in the present, and also challenge to think about the future.
What accountability are you talking about?
As long as the core values and principles remain uncompromised. Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 22 years old, but it is young at 22.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
So let us begin the big fight.
Cross the distance between darkness and vision. Teach a generation that has lost all hope. Treat a patient from thousands of miles away. None of this was possible
till technology stepped in and made it possible. A selection of the finest stories from across the country where technology comes with a human touch.
Unleash your dreams with Snapdragon, in collaboration with NDTV, only on the NDTV network.
Legacy is often seen as a burden of expectations. It comes with its own set of challenges. The challenge to take it forward, challenge to reimagine, challenge to be in the present, and also challenge to think about the future.
What accountability are you talking about?
As long as the core values and principles remain uncompromised. Debates are essential not just for journalism, but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 22 years old, but it is young at 22.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
So let us begin the big fight.
Welcome back. Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar spoke on a range of topics from China, Article 370, the controversial BBC documentary in an interview to ANI, where he questioned the timing of the BBC docuseries, calling it politics by another means. He called it an attempt to shape a very extremist image of India, of the government, of the BJP and of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Attacking Rahul Gandhi over his comments on Chinese incursions, Jaishankar asked who sent Indian army to the LAC. Rahul Gandhi didn't send them, Narendra Modi sent them.
The bulk of international papers, especially the Anglosphere papers, but all of them, how many of them tell you 370 was a temporary provision? I challenge you to show me one. They don't. It's written there in bold letters, in capital letters in the Constitution. That and there is a very strong bias. I mean, let's be frank about it. You know, newspapers, there are newspapers, I don't want to go into names, who will publish something absolutely ridiculous on one side and you say, okay, I want to counter it. They say, no, hang on a moment, I'm busy doing a fact check on what you are saying. So we saw this bias very, very clearly over the last 4 years. I just look at the budget of the border infrastructure. During the Modi period, the budget has gone up 5 times. You know, till 2014, roughly it was 3,000, 4,000 crores was the budget. Today it is 14,000 crores. If you look at the roads which are built, you look at the bridges that are built, they have doubled or tripled. You look at the tunnels which are taking place. I mean, this government is serious about border infrastructure. You know, somewhere we are being accommodative. I mean, I ask people, if we were being accommodative, who sent the Indian army to the LAC? Rahul Gandhi didn't send them. Narendra Modi sent them. Okay? We have today the largest peacetime deployment in our history. I mean, let me tell you one thing. I don't know if election season has started in India and Delhi or not, but for sure it has started in London and New York. What is it we are debating? We are not debating just a documentary or a speech that somebody gave in a European city or a newspaper edit somewhere. We are debating actually politics which is being conducted ostensibly as media, so there is a phrase, war by other means. There is also, think of it, this is politics by another means. I mean, you'll do a hatchet job, then you want to do a hatchet job and say, well, this is just another quest for truth which we decided after 20 years to put out at this time. So I mean, come on, you think the timing is accidental? It's like drip, 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 like water on stone. The whole idea is to shape your image, your collective image. Shape it in a way in which you're made to look extremist, you're made to look unreasonable, you are made to look as though, you're not part of this, what is otherwise a great, good, progressive world.
Gadget 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs.
Gadget 360, Gadget Love.
Gadgets 360, Gadgets Love.
You too can get some gadget love with buying guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadget 360.
When a glimmer of hope gave way to a new global threat, We were there. As our soldiers squared off against a hostile neighbor for yet another freezing winter, we were there. When brutality overwhelmed justice and a mockery was made of the rule of law, we were there. When the death of our first Chief of Defence Staff united our nation, we were there. Hope, justice, the truth. Left, right and centre with me, Vishnu Shom, Monday to Thursday, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
Legacy is often seen as a burden of expectations. It comes with its own set of challenges. The challenge to take it forward, challenge to reimagine, challenge to be in the present, and also challenge to think about the future.
What accountability are you talking about?
As long as the core values and principles remain uncompromised. Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 22 years old, but it is young at 22.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
So let us begin the big fight.
Cross the distance between darkness and vision. Teach a generation that has lost all hope. Treat a patient from thousands of miles away. None of this was possible
till technology stepped in and made it possible. A selection of the finest stories from across the country where technology comes.
Welcome back. Delhi all set to get a mayor today finally after 3 failed attempts at the elections. While numbers indicate that the ruling Aam Aadmi Party has the post in the bag, the BJP, though, has indicated a last-minute surprise. Now, remember, it's secret ballot. The elections are being held after decisive victory for the AAP in the Supreme Court after the AAP candidate, Shelly Oberoi, had approached the court questioning the BJP's contention that the aldermen or the 10 members nominated by the Lieutenant Governor could vote. The Supreme Court and the bench led by the Chief Justice said nominated members cannot vote in the election. In fact, that is also in the MCD rule book. Since the civic elections in December, the mayor elections have been postponed thrice amid a prolonged tussle between the AAP and the BJP over the issue. Now, after the election of the mayor today, the deputy mayor as well as 6 members of the very key and important standing committee will also be elected. Earlier, we spoke to Vedant for more.
What are you anticipating? Will it be a smooth sail today without ruckus in the House?
See, thrice there was ruckus in the House and thrice the mayor elections was postponed because the presiding officer was running the House as per the instructions given by the BJP as well as the LG. But now the Supreme Court has given its verdict that nominated councillors won't be having the voting rights in the House, and as well as all the 3 elections won't be conducted in simultaneously. And now first the mayor elections will be held and subsequent elections will be conducted by the mayor as the presiding officer. So now we are hoping that the House will run in a very smooth way. And
another question here would be that, the BJP has constantly tried to say that the Aam Aadmi Party is not sure of its councillors, and given that it's a secret ballot, do you think there would be any sort of cross-voting as far as the elections are concerned?
See, Delhi people has given us the mandate, so I don't think we have any kind of, we are not having the confidence in our councillors. We are very much confident, and surely if everything will run as per the constitution, as per the DMC Act today, smoothly the elections are going to held. But we are hoping that again the BJP councillors won't be creating any ruckus in the House, and House won't be descended due to that chaos.
Right.
So we are hoping that everything will be going well.
Right. My last question, so you're pretty confident that you will get 134 plus votes as far as the mayoral elections are concerned?
Yes, we are very much confident, and today if everything will go well, today the deputy mayor, the deputy mayor as well as the chairman of the standing committee would be from the Aam Aadmi Party itself.
Ma'am, अब 2 चीज़ें, एक तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के वर्डिक्ट के बाद ऑल्डरमैन जो हैं उनका वोटिंग तो साफ हो गया कि अब वो वोट नहीं कर सकते, और दूसरी चीज़ ये कि नंबर्स आम आदमी पार्टी के फेवर में 134 काउंसलर्स उनके हैं, फिर भी क्या अभी भी बीजेपी अपने उस स्टैंड पर है कि मेयरल इलेक्शंस अभी भी ओपन हाउस हैं? क्या अभी भी आप उस स्टैंड पर अपना बरकरार रखेंगे?
डेफिनेटली जो मेयर का इलेक्शन होता है वो इनडायरेक्ट इलेक्शन होता है जिसमें काउंसलर्स ने वोट देना है। और मैं पर्सनली भी जितने मेरी काउंसलर से आम आदमी पार्टी के काउंसलर से बात हुई है, उन सबको अपनी पार्टी की एक पॉलिसी बहुत ही ख़राब लगती है कि उनके जो मुखिया हैं माननीय केजरीवाल जी, वो जब देश के प्रधानमंत्री को गाली देते हैं, वो जब राज्य के उपराज्यपाल को गाली देके राजनीति करते हैं, वो किसी को भी पसंद नहीं है। क्योंकि आज पूरे देश को मालूम है, पूरी दिल्ली को मालूम है, हर राजनेता जानता है कि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने दिल्ली के लिए क्या नहीं किया है। कोविड जैसी महामारी में उन्होंने दिल्ली के सर्वाइवल के लिए क्या चीज़ नहीं दी है, फ्री वैक्सीनेशन से लेकर राशन तक।
बॉटम लाइन ये है कि जैसा आपने कहा कि आपकी कहीं आम आदमी पार्टी के पार्षदों से भी बातचीत हुई, तो बॉटम लाइन ये है कि कहीं ना कहीं क्या क्रॉस वोटिंग की मदद से या बीजेपी अपना मेयर अभी भी,
देखिए इसे क्रॉस वोटिंग कहना गलत होगा। अपने मत का अधिकार का प्रयोग करते हुए व्यक्ति को जिसे उचित लगता है कि मुझे इसे वोट देना चाहिए, क्योंकि दिल्ली किसके हाथ में देनी है, नगर निगम कौन चला सकता है, ये निर्णय का अधिकार तो पार्षदों को देना पड़ेगा ना।
तो क्या अभी भी आज के इलेक्शन में क्या अभी भी पॉसिबिलिटी है कि दिल्ली में गेट अ बीजेपी मेयर डिस्पाइट द आम आदमी पार्टी एमसीडी विक्ट्री?
जो है वो जनप्रतिनिधि हैं, सेंसिबल हैं, वो समझ सकते हैं उनके वार्ड के लिए, दिल्ली के लिए क्या बेहतर निर्णय है। मैं ये निर्णय काउंसलरों पे छोड़ती हूँ और निर्णय होने के बाद सबको पता चलेगा।
Right, so that was the BJP's mayoral candidate. She is of course sending out a bit of a cryptic message saying that she is in touch with the Aam Aadmi Party's councillors. Remains to be seen whether there's actually a surprise element in today's elections, and will there be a BJP mayor despite the Aam Aadmi Party's MCD victory. In New Delhi with camera person Sushil Rathi, Vedant for NDTV.
Well, let's go across to Vedant now. And Vedant, voting is underway. Tell us what's happening.
Hello.
That's right, Gargi. So after 3 failed attempts, finally the elections to the post of the mayor taking place. First, of course, elections to the post of mayor will be taking place here, and after that, the mayor will oversee the elections to the post of deputy mayor and 6 members of the standing committee. Now, of course, first the Lok Sabha MPs from Delhi, who are also part of the electoral college, they will be casting their votes for the post of the mayor, and as you can see, MPs, Delhi MPs are casting their vote. So let me just quickly break down as to what this actually votes as far as these elections are concerned. So first, of course, the 250 elected councillors of the now unified MCD. Other than that, nominations, which includes Delhi MP nominated yearly to the House of MCD, plus 7 Lok Sabha MPs from Delhi and 3 Rajya Sabha MPs from Delhi as well. So these are, this is what the Electoral College looks like. And as we just heard in those chats as well, there could be a surprising twist as far as these elections are concerned, given the fact that the BJP still maintains that the mayoral elections are essentially an open house. So whether the Aam Aadmi Party actually gets 134 votes in these elections is what we will be watching out for. Because remember, the BJP says that they have been in touch with the Aam Aadmi Party councillors. So will they be cross-voting is what the question now is. Because remember, these mayoral polls are a secret ballot. So don't have to essentially reveal as to who they're voting for, and other than that, the anti-defection law, Gargi, does not apply to the elections to the post of mayor, deputy mayor and the standing committee. That voting has begun is itself a positive sign, because in the past 3 attempts we could not even get to the voting process, because it was during the oath taking ceremony itself that ruckus would unfold. So now the voting is underway, and 1.5 hours is the time that has been dedicated for polling. And first the MPs will be casting their vote, who are part of the electoral college, followed by the nominated MLAs, and then the elected councillors of the MCD House. Gargi.
Right. So Vedant, as we know, it's secret ballot, and what is it that the Aam Aadmi Party fears? Because even though they did win the MCD election, it wasn't by a huge majority. They did get the majority, but wasn't a landslide as they were hoping for. So there are these fears of cross voting. BJP has also claimed they're in touch with some of the councillors.
That's right, Gargi. So, I mean, the majority is quite clearly with the Aam Aadmi Party, even though, as you rightly mentioned, it wasn't a landslide. But the fact is that the Aam Aadmi Party has 134 councillors who won, and the BJP has 105. And remember, the Congress decided that it will not be taking part as far as these elections are concerned. The Congress had 7 councillors with 1. So, of course, the majority is essentially slim. So that means that 20 plus cross votes from the Aam Aadmi Party to the BJP could mean that Delhi would have a BJP mayor despite the Aam Aadmi Party's victory in the NCD elections. That's what the whole play is here, really. The Aam Aadmi Party, of course, this morning we saw went into a huddle with all its councillors being in to the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters, and they, of course, when we spoke to the Aam Aadmi Party's mayor candidate, she said that we are confident about our numbers. Remains to be seen what actually happens after the voting is completed.
All right, thanks so much, Vedant, for joining us, and we'll return to you for more. But for the moment, as you can see in those visuals there, the voting in the mayor elections going on smoothly. Well, let's get to the latest from Maharashtra now. Eknath Shinde was named the Shiv Sena chief at a key meeting of his party yesterday evening, which came days after the Election Commission recognized the Shinde faction as the real Shiv Sena and its dispute with the Uddhav Thackeray faction and allotted it the party's poll symbol, bow and arrow. So the Shiv Sena holding this meeting yesterday. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court will hear Uddhav Thackeray's appeal against the poll panel order. The case over the disqualification proceedings pending against the Chief Minister as well as the Shiv Sena MLAs belonging to his camp will also be heard later today.
मुख्य नेता शिवसेना के एकनाथ जी शिंदे साहब के अध्यक्षता के अंदर हो गई है। जो संकल्प वंदनीय बाला साहब ठाकरे जी का था वो आगे लेके जाना, जिसके लिए हमने उठाव किया था, वो ध्यान में रख के आगे काम करना, ये मार्गदर्शन मुख्य नेता शिवसेना के एकनाथ जी शिंदे साहब ने सब राष्ट्रीय कार्यकारिणी को किया है।
News from Bihar now, and Chief Minister Nitish Kumar at a function on Tuesday reprimanded a young farmer for using too many English words. Amit Kumar, a farmer from Lakhisarai district, never imagined that speaking in English would make the Bihar Chief Minister angry. Merely 4 minutes, Mr. Kumar spoke when Nitish Kumar interrupted him and expressed shock and said, "What is this? Don't you know this is Bihar? You're using English words. How can you forget the Hindi language of our state and country?"
तो खेती तो आम आदमी करता है जी। अब आपको यहाँ बुलाया गया सुझाव देने के लिए, तो आप आधा से आधा अंग्रेजी बोल रहे हैं। इंग्लैंड है ये, यानी भारत है ना जी। अब बोलिए, ये बिहार है ना, तो इसीलिए हम देख रहे हैं आजकल ये हो क्या गया है। जब से कोरोना आया है, ये तब से एक एक चीज जो हो गया है, तो सब मोबाइल पर देखने लगा है, तो सब अपना पुरानी भाषा को भूल रहा है।
News from the northeast now. In Meghalaya polls, national parties are putting all their top run to campaigns. For BJP, Amit Shah has already held several rallies. Prime Minister Modi will be campaigning. Mamta Banerjee, Rahul Gandhi as well will start campaigning in the northeast. But one man who is taking these national top leaders on is Northeast India's only national party, the National People's Party or NPP, and its supremo, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. It's a make or break election for Mr. Sangma and his homegrown party to retain Meghalaya. Here's a report.
Even as the campaigning for the Meghalaya election intensifies, we are now joined by Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma, who is the face of NPP campaign. You have campaigned across the state. What is the mood that you're getting among your supporters, among your candidates for the elections?
We are getting a very, very positive mood, and people are very happy and excited. And with this positive wave that's going on across the state, for multiple reasons, number one being the kind of work that has happened in the last 5 years, the development that has taken place. Number two, the overall law and order situation. Relatively, there is much more peace in the state compared in the last many years of the state. The kind of initiatives being taken up to resolve long pending issues like the border issue. and obviously seeing the political scenario where the opposition is very much divided. There is a sense that NPP is the best alternative to move forward, and hence we have seen a lot of people coming and joining us and a lot of people supporting us, and we are definitely going to perform much better than what we did last time.
You are hopeful for a better performance. You know, there is no pre-poll alliance like previous elections. One of your partners in your government, BJP, has been squarely attacking NPP. Union Home Minister was campaigning last week here. He has leveled some serious charges of corruption and scams in your tenure as the Chief Minister. How would you like to respond to BJP charges?
So number one is that the BJP was very much part of this government in the last 5 years. There were ministers of the BJP who were cabinet ministers in our government. That's number one. So they were very much part of us in the last 5 years. And when the election came, of course, now the tone is different. But last 5 years, they were very much in the government. Number two, in the last 5 years, while being in the government, it is Government of India itself and the different departments and ministries that have appreciated the work of the state government, and be it programs like the PMGSY, MGNREGS or JJM. We have had certifications from Government of India, the departments, saying that Meghalaya is performing exceptionally well in all these sectors. And where we were in the ranking in 2017, we have seen that Meghalaya has improved drastically in the last 5 years, and the certification of that has been given by Government of India itself, which is the BJP government. And of course, now that the election is there, they're talking and they're saying all the different statements. But I guess that's what election is. So they will make these statements. We always see that whichever state that is there, there's a fight with the BJP or any other political party, these kind of statements do come out. So we expect these kind of statements. But as I said, that we have seen that they have worked with us in the last 5 years. And more importantly, we have been certified by the BJP NDA government in the center for the good work that has been done by our state government.
You know, Prime Minister Modi is slated to campaign in Meghalaya, more so in your own turf, Garo Hills. Mamata Banerjee is campaigning hard in Garo Hills region. So the Garo Hills remains the bone of contention, 24 seats, your home turf. You carry the legacy of late P.A. Sangma here. We also see the Trinamool Congress charges are also on the similar lines of that of BJP. You were talking to the, in your speech you made this reference. So do you see Trinamool and BJP coming closer in these elections, trying to counter NPP?
No, as an opposition or as a party that's contesting against us, obviously they will try to bring out different allegations, as you have said it in your words. So these are allegations, and the party that is against us, contesting against us, will try to make these allegations. The BJP also is making it, and the TMC also is making it. So this is normal during election time. But these remain as allegations, and therefore I don't have anything to say against it. A lot of people can make any amount of allegations, but only obviously the facts have to be brought out. So in regards to the TMC and the BJP together working, there are talks by people saying that the TMC is in touch with many political parties, and that even after the election is over, that the MLAs are in touch with many parties and they may merge into many different parties. And therefore, this kind of talks are there, but these are all talks. I cannot say it from my side, but these are the political talks that go on within the political circles.
You are an election veteran in a way. You know, you have contested elections. You have seen several elections with your father. How different is this election? How close is this fight this time with the BJP being there around, with TMC? Is there a sense of a very tough battle ahead?
See, for me, as you said correctly, I won't use the word veteran, but definitely I've seen a lot of elections, maybe about 30, 35 elections. I've campaigned since a very young age, along with my late father. So we have seen a lot of elections, and one thing I have learned in any election is never to take things easy. So we should never take things for granted. You can never take your opponent for granted. Every election is tough, and no matter whether you're ruling or opposition, the moment you take it easy and lightly, then things start going wrong. So therefore, I have always believed, and even in this election, for me, everybody is a formidable opponent, and we need to work very hard, and nobody should take it easy. But this election is slightly different for us because in the past we have always been in the opposition, but this time we are contesting as a ruling party. and therefore the dynamics have changed, and we have to be very careful because there are a lot of expectations and other issues are there which we need to be concerned about. But as I said, while we keep all of that in mind and we we are very aware of the opposition also and don't take them lightly, we feel that in this election we are seeing a very strong and positive wave for the National People's Party.
आपको बीजेपी ये कह रही है कि हमने जो फाइट कॉन्ग्रेस संगमा के घर तक लेके पहुंच गए हम लोग। साउथ तुरा में हम लोग मेन कंटेंडर हैं। बर्नार्ड माराग जो उनको अरेस्ट किया गया था आपके विरोध कर रहे हैं। ये बीजेपी का जो मूव है इसको किस तरह से देखते हैं आपको चैलेंज करने के लिए?
नंबर 1 जो बर्नार्ड जी का जो अरेस्ट हुआ था वो एक पुलिस के बेसिस पर जो एविडेंसेस आए थे और जो अलग अलग कंप्लेंट्स आए थे उसके ऊपर पुलिस ने एज पर लॉ एक्ट किया। उसमें मेरे तरफ से कोई पर्सनल उसमें वो नहीं था, इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं था। सो दैट वाज एज पर लॉ। नंबर 2, they are fighting, but if you were to go to South Tura constituency and speak to the people, आपको एक सेंस मिलेगा कि वहाँ पे साउथ तुरा में जिस तरीके से काम पिछले 5 सालों में हुआ है वो पिछले शायद 45 सालों में नहीं हुआ। तो ये आज लोगों ने देखा है और इसको एक्सेप्ट किया है। आज बीजेपी के लोग जो बीजेपी के लिए वोट करते थे और टीएमसी के लोग भी जो टीएमसी के लिए या कांग्रेस के लिए करते थे, आज वो भी एक्सेप्ट करते हैं कि साउथ तुरा में हम वोट देंगे तो कॉन्ग्रेस संगमा को ही देंगे। तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि इस इलेक्शन में बीजेपी का अगर वो यहाँ पे फाइट को यहाँ लेके भी आए, मुझे नहीं लगता कि कुछ इसमें ऐसा मेजर इम्पैक्ट होगा। लेकिन जैसे मैंने पहले कहा, मैं कभी इलेक्शन को इजी नहीं लेता, तो मेरे लिए हर चुनाव इम्पोर्टेंट है और एक हर अपोनेंट एक अपोनेंट है, वर्दी अपोनेंट है, तो इसलिए हम पूरे जोर से काम करेंगे।
आखिर में आपका प्रेडिक्शंस, हंग असेंबली होता है हमेशा, इस बार कुछ चेंजेस?
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं। इस बार हम लोग का ये बिल्कुल क्लियर है कि जिस तरीके से आज वेव चल रहा है पूरे स्टेट में, हमें पूरी उम्मीद है कि इस बार हमें पूरी बहुमत मिलेगी। एक फुल मेजॉरिटी एंड अ मैंडेट विल बी गिवन टू द एनपीपी।